Crysis 2 review.
The nanosuit is the future of our feeble species, and only you can finish what I started over a century ago.
Time for the whole human race to wake up.
I ain't got time for all this nonsense. Enemy responses. Painted down tone in a home on the continent. Got me in these abundance. This jungle, that's a fundament. And let them know that's how you feel the way your country is. Now look how beautiful destruction is. Pow!
Welcome to the future, son. Welcome to the war.
But this is a crisis. Prepare for disaster.
I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Kat.
I'm Mike. And I'm Jason.
And today we're going to be reviewing Crysis 2, which comes on the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC. Ooh.
I wish I had the nanotechnology on my underwear.
So it is a sci-fi first-person shooter. Technically it's the third one in this list of games, but I've never played either of the other ones, so this is all new to me.
Either have I. PC gamers have been bragging about Crysis for the longest time.
And the graphics are beautiful.
And is it good?
Is it good on there? Can you run it?
Can't play it.
Can you play it? Can you put the graphics on the highest setting? Oh my god. It runs amazing.
This is the best looking game on the Xbox 360. People are saying that this is the best looking game on a console, period. I think it's still debatable. And
What?
Killzone 3 Uncharted 2. If it's debatable, I don't think it's a clear winner, but definitely best looking game on the Xbox 360.
So it takes place in New York, 2023, and you play this guy named Alcatraz, who's a Marine, and he's sent in with a group of Marines to find out what's going on with this outbreak and this invasion. They get there in the submarine, and it's actually really good, the opening, to learn how to use the controls. You're about to die, and Prophet shows up, which is the guy from the first game in his nanosuit, giving you the nanosuit so it'll fuse to you. You go into New York, and you're trying to find Nathan Gold and help him basically to defeat these aliens.
You're up against the aliens and a whole other army of soldiers.
Called Cell.
And they all want your suit. The suit is the key to everything.
I like this more than Killzone 3, more than GoldenEye for the Wii.
Yep.
More than this. There's something about this
It's
game.
unique. The
The
suitability.
nanosuit is sick.
Updating your gun and your suit abilities on the fly in the game is awesome with the gun and the hand.
This is so detailed.
It doesn't
When you're
feel
playing
like you're
campaign.
limited.
It feels like you're in New York City. Halo 4, you better start looking at this.
Everyone wants to be like, oh, have you seen him? I'm scared of him. Have you seen that thing? What is that? Is there a man in there? And you feel special. And the controls are spot on. Even better than Call of Duty series. Turn on your camouflage, like the controller rumbles. It just feels right. Everything's quick. You jump, you can slide. Maneuverability and the controls were so slick. I can't find anything wrong with the controls.
And it runs on CryEngine 3, which is the new game engine, so I think that's part of why it's so smooth and so slick.
I haven't seen this many good ideas put together in one game before.
Crytek is known for pushing the graphics on the PC. Like, they started with Far Cry. When Crysis came out, the first one on the PC, it blew everything away in 2007. All their games up until now have been in the jungle. So they were sick of making jungle
they wanted to get away
games.
from that. They wanted to have the urban jungle.
When you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop and you land, the camera work in this game is spectacular as well. And music has been stuck in my head.
The
Mike
music
said
from the
same
menu
thing.
is crazy. It's strings and it sounds like they're stretched almost. It's really creepy.
Now, some of the music in the game is contributed by Hans Zimmer, who did the Dark Knight and Inception scores.
But the music actually adds a lot of value to the game. It just makes it that much more epic.
Because aliens are rushing at you and then like exciting music happens and you get like really scared and sometimes have to turn it off. This time the aliens are also different. Last time they were more just like regular aliens. This time they're like these crazy cyborg war machines.
To really see their detail when you grab them by the neck.
And choke them out.
The suit adds way more strategy to your typical first-person shooter. So you can go in there guns blazing, or you can basically be like Splinter Cell and just sneak up and kill everything.
And you really need to decide what, like you need to play around with it to see what you need to do. Although sometimes I found it slightly repetitive because it was like, go in here and shoot everybody. Go in here and be stealthy. Go in here and shoot everybody. But the game is interesting enough and the bad guys change enough that it wasn't actually boring.
And you have to pay attention to the energy in your suit. You're still vulnerable. You're not invincible. You can still die.
And if
So
you
have to
get
be
hit,
careful.
you're cloak.
And every ability uses energy.
And if you're sprinting while you're cloaked, it goes even quicker. So you have to really be careful.
And another ability is you can go up to cars and hit the R3 button.
Super kick.
And you do super kicks, which get debris out of the way, super jumps.
And while you're cloaked, you can also go up and hit the exact same button button and do stealth kills. And instead of having the binocular mode, they have a tactical mode, and in this one you can peg everything. All the enemies, you can peg all the ammo, you can peg weapons.
Now let's talk about the upgrade system. Yes, it's in the first game.
It's amazing. You have your gun, and you're holding it in your hand, and you just press a button, and then it shows your weapon, and then it shows all the upgrades that you can do for it, all the money that you have.
You could do it on the fly, in game.
It's
Scope,
so
done.
streamlined.
The silencer on, take it
You want
off.
a laser sight, pop it on, pop it off.
Just tap the back button on the 360 controller. His hand shows up. And that's essentially the nano suit upgrade system. And you see his fingers, each one of his fingers has one of the buttons mapped out. All of these choices for each of his fingers, and they do different abilities. So one is the armor lasts longer, one's for, you know, sprinting quicker.
You can choose whatever you want, but you can only have 4 at a time. And this also works online multiplayer. You have these abilities, but you can't change it on the fly. You have to decide prior to the match. Multiplayer is very addictive, and the suit changes everything. It feels like its own, it feels unique.
Then there are the nanosuit modules, which are essentially your different loadouts.
And that's unlocked after you unlock level 5.
And you can get up to level 50 in this one.
Bottom line, multiplayer is fantastic. Overall, I give this a 9. Now this can easily change into a 9.5 if they update the AI somehow. It's so glitchy. I see aliens and Marines running into walls.
Yeah, running into walls. I sniped a whole bunch of people because they were
just-
just struggling.
It's just so good, this game, but there's that thing that just takes you out of the video game experience, and you're like, boom, I'm playing a video game.
Also, there were parts where it was just so slow. Like when it was like storyline, we were talking about Nathan Gold guy.
It was
there were parts where
slow.
you're just like following behind him.
9 out of 10.
And Cat Chat, what do you think of this game?
I give this game a 9 as well. Normally I'm not a huge first-person shooter fan, but the nanosuit just makes this game. The graphics are beautiful, sniping is so much fun, I love sniping. Overall, the game is really, really enjoyable to play, other than when the aliens scared me.
I give this game a 9 out of 10.
Oh, Jay, how come you don't give it a perfect 10?
Sometimes I found while I was in the cover system, I'd be shooting just past the edge of a bus or the wall. And what would happen was, it would somehow detect the wall was in front of me, even though it clearly was not. That pissed me off big time. It happened all the time when I was around the buses, and it really, really got to me. And another thing that...
Don't use public transit.
Yeah, the hit system on the actual AI characters is horrible at times. And anything to do with the AI does need to be updated, and that's why it's not a perfect score. If they fix it, I really think that this is probably the best first-person shooter I've ever played.
So if they actually update this and fix the AI, this could be Game of the Year. It's a one-hand clap. Hear that?
Yeah, that's how your mother does. A lot of people following me on Facebook already know what?
People follow you?
Well, 800 people are on my Facebook now.
I got 1,000.
No, you don't.
Yep. Do the stats. Round them up! Get some movement out of this one.
Yep. What? Hang on, though. Might as well make this interesting since we just went to all the work.
It's not interesting enough.
So,
Yeah.
which are then there are nanosuit modules, which
That's
are
unlocked off of 5.
there's a weapon specialist module, which means that you can basically more efficiently. Son of a bitch. Then there's the proximity.
Dick.
Then there's the
3 kilobytes.